Hello and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Hello and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Hello and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since, and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Film My Run on Zwift. My name is Stephen Cousins and we are broadcasting live on Facebook and on YouTube. While we're getting everything ready, it would be absolutely awesome if you could go and subscribe to the Film My Run YouTube channel and also the Zwift Live YouTube channel. You can also find us on Facebook at facebook.com/filmmyrun and also Twitter at filmmyrun, and the website is www.filmmyrun.com. It's very nearly time, so sit back, relax, don't forget to drop me a ride on and watch me do all the hard work.
Thank you very much, that's really nice.
Okay, hello, good evening and welcome. I can't seem to get YouTube chat going. It doesn't seem to want to work. And I don't know why. So we might have to do without YouTube tonight, but hello everybody, welcome along to the channel. If you are, there are currently 8 viewers watching YouTube. Paul Hayward says welcome back. John Heaton says hi Stephen. Denise says hello Stephen, welcome back. But I can't get it to come up on my screen and I don't know why, but we're off running anyway in 2 seconds. So I can see it if I go directly to the YouTube channel page, but for some reason it won't go. I don't know why. Emma Steele, good evening to you. I'm going to start at 9 and then just work my way up a bit, I think, in terms of speed. So I might have to keep flicking between different things. Jamie, hello Jamie. Did my run earlier, so just watching this one. Wanda Archer, like Cap. There we go, Vega Cap. And hello, Yoko. Hello, Amy. Hello, Sebastian. Hi, Tina. Right, we're off. Monday Community Run Club. Monday Community Run. Megan says, wow, the whole gang is here. Yeah, we've got about 75 people listed for the run today. So, lots of people. We'll be here for an hour or so, I would have thought. Megan says, why are you sulking, Pete? Pete's sulking for some reason. Theo Heldorn, who's there running with us. The only person who isn't here actually is Victoria, because she is very tired. As are we all. But the thing is, I felt like I had to get running because Clive Finnimore ran 100 miles at the weekend and he got on the treadmill and ran at lunchtime today. So I thought, if I have the day off, that'll look pathetic, won't it? Because I haven't even run at the weekend. So we're off and running. Hello, Amanda Allison. So it's good to see everyone. Kevin is leading us. I think I am going to run off with Kevin, actually. Well, not run off with Kevin. That sounds wrong, doesn't it? I'm going to run up to Kevin, catch up with Kevin and run with Kevin, I think, at some point. Paul Deering, hello, Paul. Trev Wilson is there. Sebastian Vaught, Paul Hayward. I'd like to catch up with. Kevin, I think, guys. We'll run at 10 kph. Jason Mitchell, he says, no chance I'm running on the treadmill today. Yes. But you totally have an excuse, Jason. Paul Hayward says, enjoyed your coverage. You captured it so well. Thank you very much. That's very kind of you to say so. I haven't eaten properly all day, so Victoria has very kindly just brought me a milkshake to help me along. Can you just pull it a bit? Not close, but like, yeah, that'll do. Jason Mitchell ran 100 miles at the weekend on some of the toughest coast path in the UK and did it in 32 hours, was it? Jason, I can't now remember. Something like that. 32, 33 hours. Well done, buddy. And Clive Finnimore ran 100 miles at the weekend and finished in 29 hours. Amazing work. If you're watching on YouTube, I do apologise that I can't see chat on my usual screen. I'm going to have to keep changing screens. I know why, because I didn't set it up in time. And so there's problems with it displaying. But if I just click on here, I can see chat. So Paul Hayward says, welcome back. John Heaton, hello, Stephen. And Denise, hello, Stephen, welcome back. How was the weekend run? Well, I didn't run at the weekend. All I was doing was filming people running, and which was very enjoyable but incredibly tiring. Victoria and I were basically awake for about 40 hours, but that's nothing compared to the people who were running, who were awake for the same amount of time, but also had to run 100 miles in the process. We were able to sit in the car or stand. Yeah. Right. We're coming up to 500 meters. So I think I'm going to speed up. Let's just put my chat on as well on the phone here. Oh, an update. I've got an update to Companion app. That's good. Will B says, good evening, Stephen. Brilliant running, Clive. Well done. Yes. Massive kudos to Clive and Jason for their runs at the weekend. Jason Mitchell, 35 hours. That's fine. You finished. Doesn't matter what time you did. Trev Wilson is watching on YouTube but chatting on Facebook. Yeah, guys, if you're watching on YouTube, I suggest that's how you do it, because it'll save me picking up the keyboard and clicking over to the YouTube stream. So if you're watching on YouTube, carry on watching on YouTube, but just click onto Facebook and just, if you want to chat, message me on Facebook. That'll work. Good idea, Trev. Yeah, Paul Hayward says, still totally amazing, Jason. And Mastini says, scrambled legs everywhere. I hope some people attended the Saturday Paris Marathon training run. Oh yeah, I was going to speed up, wasn't I? Sorry, I'm speeding up now. 9.5, and we'll do that until we get to 1k, and then we'll go up to 10, and then we'll catch up with Kevin. Trev Wilson says, congratulations to all the Arc of Attrition competitors. Amazing watching. So listen, if you don't know what we're going on about here, we're going to have to get it out of our systems, or at least I'm going to have to get it out of my system at some point. We had an amazing weekend away. That's why I haven't been live streaming for about 4 days. We went to the southwest coast of England, Cornwall, where at the weekend was one of the biggest races in the country, the biggest ultra races in the country, the Arc of Attrition 100 miler. And there were 3 people from Zwift taking part in that. Jeff Partridge, Jason Mitchell and Clive Finnemore. Jeff didn't make it, unfortunately, had to pull out. But Jason and Clive finished the run. Sebastian, thank you, Sebastian, ran with Yoko in the Paris Saturday run. Tomorrow we've got the Paris Marathon interval session. Training for the Paris Marathon coming up in 7 or 8 weeks' time from now. So tomorrow we're back, I think, to the first one that we did, the first interval session that we did. So it's not too tough tomorrow, I don't think. Fingers crossed. So my job over the weekend was to live stream, because, you know, that's what I do all the time, is live streaming. So I did live streaming of the whole event with Victoria as my trusty backup helper, taking photographs, taking other video as well, she was. And we were basically a bit of a team, covering the whole event for the whole weekend, bringing it to whoever wanted to watch the live stream on YouTube or Facebook. Not on these channels, obviously. We did it on the Mud Crew channels. Mud Crew is the organisation who were hosting the event and setting it up. So that was our weekend, really. And great to see Jason again, great to see Clive again, and Jeff. Thank you to all of you guys as well, because there was a lot of support from the Zwift community. Lots of you watching the live stream, lots of you commenting, giving Clive lots of encouragement, and Jason, loads of encouragement for those guys. So thank you, and chatting to me in the middle of the night, 2-3 o'clock in the morning, standing at Land's End and car parks in the middle of nowhere. Huh. And Jeff and Clive was actually running the MHG 5k at lunchtime today, so that's pretty darn ridiculous. as far as I'm concerned. And currently is nowhere to be seen on this stream, so he's probably realised it was a really bad idea and he's gone to bed and he's fast asleep, wishing he'd taken his wife's advice probably and just gone straight to bed for the rest of the day. Oh, Tina, that's very kind of you to say. She said she loved watching the ARC stream. Even when most of you were watching a black screen at 2 o'clock in the morning of basically the darkness of Land's End with tiny little lights way off in the distance that only arrived every 20 minutes or so, ran straight past the camera and off back into the darkness again. Yeah, that was a bit lonely at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning on Saturday night. No, it was Friday night, wasn't it? Friday night, Saturday morning. Yeah, Clive is indeed a robot, says Paul Hayward. Why don't I say hello to some people on the in-game chat, because I've not used that yet. Hello everyone. Full stop. Hope you are all well. It looks like Emma Steely is off already. Even looking into the dark was exciting. Buns on the Run says, hi Stephen, hello. Victoria says, we genuinely loved standing in the dark, looking out for head torches whilst chatting on the live stream. Is that normal? To be fair, it probably isn't normal, but we do love doing it. It's very weird. Megan Brown is trying to convince Emma Steely to stay. Kids don't need food. How long does it take to get yourself a bowl of cornflakes, Emma? Full stop. Let them do it themselves. Trying to convince Emma not to go and feed the kids. John Heaton says, break from this evening's run. Uber Eats was it? That's a good idea. Yeah, Megan Brown says, yeah, I agree, Stephen. Right, 2 kilometres done, nearly. So I'm just going to speed up a bit so I can catch. Is that all right, Paul Deering and Paul Hayward, Sebastian? I'm gonna speed up a bit so we can catch Kevin up. Is that all right? And then we can slow down again. So let's go to 10.5. I know this is going to be a slow catch. It's going to be a slow catch. Oh my goodness. Tina Beard has been at a spa all day. Says it's exhausting. You're going to the wrong spas if it's exhausting, Tina. Oh, right, John Heaton says Clive said he'd have a break from this evening's run. Yeah, that's fine. I'm still expecting him to be watching and and telling us all about his run. I was hoping he'd be on and we could gossip with him about how it was for him. I'm sure we can do it. Oh, he is there, look. He is there. We're not expecting you to run this evening, Clive. I just wanted you to tell me stuff. Can we please have 3 cheers for Clive Finnimore? And Jason Mitchell, who ran 100 miles at the weekend in the actual outside. I just posted on the game chat. Can we have 3 cheers for Clive Finnimore and Jason Mitchell, who ran 100 miles at the weekend in the actual outside? Yeah, major kudos there. And Megan Brown says, yes, so awesome, Clive and Jason. Paul Deering says, amazing, well done, the ARC Zwift team. Yeah, Team Zwift. Awesome run, says Kevin from awesome run, Clive and Jason. Wazza says, awesome run. John Heaton, terrific run. Commiserations to Jeff Partridge, who didn't quite make it. Good stuff, but he has done it twice before. Lee Bershaw said, on the lunchtime run today, Clive admitted that his wife drove him between the checkpoints. Yeah, the state of him when he finished, I don't think she did. Yeah, Megan, he got to... Oh, now, right, Clive, how far did Jeff get? I can't remember. Was it St Ives? No, was it Land's End? Did you get about 40 or 50 miles or something? Megan, I can't quite remember. But Clive is going to tell me in a second because he knows. I could look it up on my phone, but my phone's upstairs. Land's End, okay. So Jeff Partridge made it 55 miles to Land's End. Megan wants Kevin to keep his nostrils out of her butt. Oh no! Tina Beard had a club friend running the ARC, and he missed the last checkpoint by 1 minute. That is absolutely awful. How gutting must that be? But to be fair, I mean, yeah, it is gutting to miss it by 1 minute. But I think missing it by 1 minute means that if he'd made it by 1 minute, he may well have been timed out a little further along, because it takes a good while to do those last 21 miles. Clive, so the worst bit, or the most difficult section for you, what was going through your head when you came to the next boulder field or the next boggy mud fest? What were you thinking? Was there ever a point where you just fell to your knees and thought, this is impossible? Paul Haywood says, quite rightly, he says, even though the end for Jeff was Land's End, it's still a great achievement, yes. Okay, so Clive says, yeah, about Jeff. Says that the big... From Land's End, it gets very tough. And apparently Jeff said he knew from experience that he wouldn't be able to make the next checkpoint. So he quit at Land's End. Mark Mansueto says, hello, Stephen. Thanks very much. He says, nice work at the weekend. Thank you, Mark. I haven't run for 4 days. It's ridiculous. When was it? I can't remember the last time I didn't run for 4 days. Or 3 days. It's 3 days or 4 days. Anyway, it's a while. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, it is 4 days. I just couldn't. There's no time to fit. I probably could have run on Thursday, to be honest, but there was just no time other than that. So we're trying to catch up with Kevin, and we're about 20 seconds behind. So we are slowly making our way towards Kevin. We're running at 10.5 kilometers per hour. And we've done about 3.5 kilometers. Nearly 3.5 kilometers. I can just see the beacon up ahead there. And when we get up to Kevin, we will slow down back to 10 kph, and we'll stay with the main pack. Clive says, seeing us at Land's End, seeing us at St Ives was a massive lift, knowing that bit was behind him. But he has written knowing that butt was behind him. Megan Brown, are you listening? Yeah. When you round that corner and you see St Ives, it is a really big lift. So that's really good. Oh, you did so well, Clive. Amazing. I bet Lucy's really proud of you. But you do realise you didn't beat my time, so you've got to go back again to knock at least 40 minutes off that. My fastest time in that course is 28.5 hours. So you need to go back and you need to do 40 minutes quicker to beat it. Which I think you can. Every year I did it, I knocked time off. So I think you can do a couple of hours quicker, to be honest, Clive. Yes, Paul, that's where Victoria made porridge. Yes. And very nice it was too. So people were paying attention. Right, we're closing in. 14 seconds behind Kevin DeLuca now on the community run. Here we are, back on Zwift after 4 days off. And we are in the community run, the combined MHG, ZLDR, FMR, pack, community 10K. Lots of people taking part. Got a little group of runners around me, and we are trying to catch up with Kevin to make a massive, big group of runners. Although, having said that, actually, Kevin looks like he's a little bit on his own. So we need to get with Kevin and cheer him up if he's lonely. Maybe next year. Yeah, give that 5 days, Clive, and you'll be saying, there's no way I'm missing out on that again. Whether you're a helper, like a volunteer, or you're staff, or you're a runner, once you're in it, it gets embedded in you, and it's very difficult to not go in some capacity. I think I would have massive FOMO if I didn't go to the Arc of Attrition again. Any year if I missed out. We are coming to stop you feeling lonely. Kevin. We're on our way, Kev. Don't panic, don't worry. We're coming. Jason, what was your abiding memory of the Arc? What was your best bit, or what was your worst bit? Where was there that you kind of thought how happy you were to be doing the race, or how desperate you were to finish it? Here we come, Kev. Nearly there. I reckon we're going to make it with 5k to go. Look, there's Kevin with the beacon above his head, and we are literally 5 seconds behind. Yeah, so Victoria's not running tonight. She's very, very tired, as are we all. If Clive hadn't run this morning or this afternoon, I might seriously have considered not running as well. But I felt if Clive's just run 100 miles and then he runs at lunchtime, the least I can do is run 10k, because I've not even done 100 miles. So here I am. But yeah, Victoria's looking after the kids, having a rest tonight. We probably need a week to get over the sleep deprivation, I think. Jason Mitchell says the best bit was Porthleven to Land's End, and the worst bit obviously was Zenor to St Ives. The weather was too hot, too cold, and it made breathing difficult in places. Well, that's why the favourite dropped out, isn't it? So Ellis Bland, who makes these hats, this is Ellis's company, Varga. Ellis Bland was running. He was the favourite for the race. Right, we can slow down to 10 kph now, guys. He was the favourite for the race, but he pulled out after 25 miles, saying he couldn't breathe properly. And it seems like a lot of people had breathing difficulties during the run. So yeah, if people that are interested, if you didn't watch the live stream of the race, we were going on about this all the time. Basically, there's a section of about 13 miles in this 100-mile race. All of the race is pretty tough, but there's one section of 13 miles which is really impossible to run for most people. It's just clambering over rocks and through mud and boggy terrain, and yeah, it's very difficult to make any significant speed headway at all. So Jason's saying that was the worst section for him, as it probably is for many people. Apart from Nikki Spinks, one of the UK's most well-known ultra runners, Nikki said her favourite bit was that bit. That's the stuff that she likes. And Jason's favourite bit was Porthleven to Land's End, which is, in comparison to the rest of the run, quite nice running. It's a fairly comfortable trail. So yeah. Clive says, yeah, nothing beats those boulders for 5 hours. Do you, Clive, having not done it for a long time, do you still go over the beach with the boulders on it? Because I'm not sure if the coast path has been diverted from there. It used to go down onto a beach, but the beach had these massive boulders on, and you do it in the middle of the night. And it's just basically walking. You're on a beach, but you're walking on these huge rocks on the beach. And you remember that? Was that part of the run this year? Clive also says the 4 hills at the end were something to see. Yes. 4 lovely valleys where you go down and then back up again right at the end of the race. You basically, because the race is at least 104 miles. So you've done 100 miles and then you've got these 4 big valleys to go down and into and back out of. Right, we are coming up to 5K. We've done 5K. We've got 4.9 kilometres left to go. We're running with Kevin. We are now the Yellow Beacon group. The Yellow Beacon group is the best group on Zwift. Jason says, yes, the boulders on the beach were still there. I had to guide a group off that section who were disorientated where to go. Wow. Yeah, Clive says, Jason, was the beach bit there? I just can't remember. It's all a blur now. In other news, Tina says, we have our new park run starting next month. Frogmary Green Farm Park Run. Frogmary or Frogmary? An all off-road course. Remind us, what's the nearest town to that, Tina? I know you're in Gloucestershire, but what's the nearest town to the Frogmary Green Farm Park Run? Hello, Jeff. Commiserations, Jeff, but you've done it twice before. You knew what it was all about. And it was probably a sensible decision to call it where you did. Good job though, buddy. Everyone's super impressed anyway that you got 55 miles or so, whatever it was. It's still a huge run. Alright, Kevin says, are you ready, guys? You need to be mentally strong. What for? I've missed the chat here. We've got to be mentally strong for something. Hello, Amy Green, by the way. Yeovil. Okay, so this Tina's new park run is starting up in Yeovil. Oh, for your joke. Okay, I'm ready for your joke. I will try to be mentally strong, Kev. Yeah. Hit us with it, Kevin. We'll cope. We'll cope. We're all waiting on tenterhooks now for Kev's joke. Megan says, Kevin, tell the joke before Zwift crashes. Well, the problem is, Megan, Zwift might crash because of his joke. They will crash because of the joke, Megan. Paul Hayward says, well done to Jeff. Dean Hand, hello Dean. He says, I hope you're well. Late to the party, but loved your film on the Ark. Very tempted to run this 1 year. Well, Dean, you want to talk to the guys who've just done it, Jason and Clive, because they know it better than me. Oh no, I've just missed it. Hang on a second. What is 2 holes in 1 hole? What is 2 holes in 1 hole? I'm dreading the answer already. Says, any ideas? 2 holes in 1 hole. No idea. Come on, Kev. Megan says she can't stop laughing. He hasn't even told the joke yet. Sarah Jacobson, yes, sorry, you missed me at the start saying I can't get Facebook, I can't get YouTube chat on. Oh my God, that's the answer. What is 2 holes in 1 hole? Kevin's answer to that is a nose in a butt. That is horrendous. Oh my God, that's a horrible image. Yeah, Sarah, I've got YouTube working, but I haven't got the chat working, and I don't know why. But I can, if I flick over to my YouTube tab on my browser, I can see chat. So Sarah Jason says, popping in to say hi, I miss these Monday runs, but between work and life I haven't been able to make it in a while. Denise M says, hi Sarah, no YouTube chat on his screen, he'll message at the end, or do Facebook chat. Yeah, so if you are watching on YouTube, just pop over and chat in Facebook, because I'll see it then. Saves me using the keyboard to flick between tabs. Jeff Partridge enjoyed my interview with Ellis Bland. Thank you, Jeff. Sarah, don't worry about missing the runs. We've all got lives to lead. I haven't run on Zwift for 4 days, so, you know, I haven't even run for 4 days. This is my first run back after a 4-day break. Oh, Sarah, I hope you're well. I couldn't bring myself to say anything, Megan. Dean Hand says, what are your race plans this year, Stephen? Okay. So, race plans for me. Beginning of March, so in about 4 weeks' time, I'm off to Gran Canaria. I'm going to run at the Trans Gran Canaria. Kevin, I have said that so many times before, but I just keep coming back. So Trans Gran Canaria, 128k in the beginning of March. Then we have Paris Marathon at the beginning of April. Then we have GU36, which Clive is doing with me, and in fact loads of you are doing Paris with us, including Clive. Everyone's doing Paris with us. If you're not doing Paris, you can probably still sign up and come and meet loads of Zwifters in Paris. Then we're doing the Guernsey 36 miles. Clive's doing that with us in May. Then what's after that? I think we've got something after that, but I can't remember. Then Lakeland 100 in in August or July, beginning of August, late July. End of August, TDS in Chamonix. Middle of September, Berlin Marathon. Middle of September, Ben Nevis Ultra for the third time. End of September, Berlin Marathon. Beginning of October, London Marathon. That's it. That's my year. Amy Green says, not everyone. Amy, what do you mean, not everyone? What did I say? Oh, not everyone's coming to Paris. Oh, I'm so sorry, Amy. Come on, sign up. You know what's stopping you? Why can't you come? Oh, Auntie, here we go. No, I'm really sorry, everyone. Tina and Amy are not coming to Paris. Amy, come on. Is it a problem with childcare or work? Well, work, you can just be sick, phone in sick. And childcare, bring them with you, we'll look after them. I'll carry one on my back. We'll push the other one in a pushchair. They're a bit big for that, aren't they? But anyway, come on. Sort it out, Amy. We've got just over 3k to go. What guy wouldn't drop that after a big meal? What? I'm missing loads of chat on here. Megan, you clearly don't listen to my live streams enough. This is the most you've ever streamed. Jamie says, I think I just heard Stephen offer to take my 3 kids while we're in Paris. Why not? Come on, we can do it. We can do anything. I'll look at it. As long as they don't mind running a marathon, I can look after your kids, Jamie. That's fine. Right, Megan says, I tried to get my joke on your stream, Stephen, and you said no. Did I really? It must have been really bad. Been really bad then, Megan. Stig says, what's your goal time for the marathons? Okay, so if I can get the training in, Stig, I'm going to go for another sub 3 at Berlin. If I get my sub 3 in Berlin, we're just going to jog around London and enjoy it. If I don't get my sub 3 in Berlin, I'll have to reassess. If I was close and I think I can do it, I'll go for it again in London. If I just wasn't trained enough, then again, we'll just jog around London and enjoy it. So I am, as we speak, I think I'm going to try for a sub 3 marathon in Berlin. Paris, we're just running around with everybody, going for around 4 hours. Victoria wants to do under 4 hours in Paris. There are probably quite a few other people who are looking for a sub 4 hour in Paris. So I'm going to run around with everybody. I'll be doing lots of video, filming, photographs. So Paris is going to be a really fun event. And we're going to film as many people as possible. Oh, Paul! Paul's just given me away. Paul? What are you doing? Telling tales on me? Question mark, exclamation mark. Right, Paul Deering, I never mentioned sub 3, so I never mentioned it. That's Paul Hayward. He's trying to get me in trouble. Right, we've got about 16 minutes to go of running the combined the combined community run 10k here on Zwift. Jeff Partridge says, is Paris entry still open? I think so. I think it is. Yeah, you might be at the expensive end because the longer you wait, it gets more expensive. But I think it's still open, Jeff. Yeah, go and have a look on the website. It's Schneider Electric. Mind you, if you just type in Paris Marathon, I'm sure you'll find it. Jeff, you do realise that means you need to come to our Paris Marathon interval sessions, or rep sessions. Stig says, I'm running Trondheim Marathon in September. Much smaller scale than what you guys are doing. Still a marathon though. Stig, do you have a time goal in mind for Trondheim? Jamie says it looks like it is still open, Jeff. So yeah, get your entry in, Jeff. We'll see you in Paris. Looking forward to meeting you, Jamie. And anyone else who's coming to Paris who I've never met before. I've met quite a few Zwifters now. Nice to see Amy and I know I've met Leo before, but Amy and Leo at the running show last week. Met Jeff. I know Jeff from long ago, and Clive Finnemore, met him a few times now. Jason Mitchell I've met before plenty of times. But there's loads of people who I haven't met who we'll be seeing in Paris. Grace Shin is coming to Paris. We met Grace at Loch Ness. I think Emma is coming. Emma Steely is coming to Paris. Cecilia is coming to Paris. So can't wait to see all you guys again. So nice little group still together. We've got Kleinman from the USA, Paul Hayward, John Heaton, Trev Wilson, Kev DeLuca, Sebastian Volt. Cheney's just a bit behind. Swanwick. Where's Paul Deering disappeared to? Paul Deering was here, and Debbie Colville was running as well, but they seem to have gone. Or they're further ahead. Stig is going to try and do a sub 3:15. Still a great time. Stig, I've only gone under 3:15 a few times. So in all, I mean, I've done, how many marathons have I done now? About 130 marathons. And I would say I've been under 3:15 about 3 times. So not many. I did a 3:13, I did a 3:09, and I did a 2:58. So 3:13, 3:09, and 2:58. Those are my best marathon times. And the thing that made the improvement, I have to say, was just distance, mileage in my legs. Right, Megan says, why can't a butter knife even ever get a date? Why can't a butter knife ever get a date? Right, the answer is he's a bit dull. I don't get it. Is it because of... Right, I'm missing something there. Megan, you've got to explain. I'm so stupid. Less than 2 kilometers to go now. Megan's telling her jokes here because she didn't have time to tell them on Sunday. Right, Tina, you can lose friends quickly, you know. Tina's shopping on me and Paul Hayward, and now Paul Deering's hint here, right? He said, I stopped at 4 miles with Debbie, slight knee ache. Still listening, though. Yeah, well, you've not heard anything, Paul, okay? Tina and Paul Hayward haven't said anything at all, right? Stefan Gross says that, Megan, the show is yours on Wednesday. Anyone doing the Paris Marathon, remember we have our Paris training session tomorrow evening, 6:30 UK time. Oh no. Right, now I'm going to get an invoice in the post, aren't I? That's another quid. It's like getting parking fines. Getting an invoice from Paul Deering for mentioning you know what. It's like getting a parking fine through the post. Your heart sinks when the letter drops on the floor. You know exactly what it is. And you know exactly when it happened. And you were just hoping nobody had noticed. Stig, yeah, lots of time to do that. Less than a mile left of our community run now. Keeping it in zone 2. Nice, easy running. Yeah, Clive, you are totally off the hook for tomorrow. Don't you worry about that. And even the 500 in the morning, just set the bar low. Just put the treadmill down flat or 6% or something, just nice and easy. I need to pay attention more to the in-game chat. Full stop. I just saw laxatives. Sunday says no more nose in butt jokes. Yeah, we can do without them. The fact that it wasn't a typo is what worries me. Tina Beard is going to join us for both runs tomorrow. The Film My Run 500 at 11:35 and the interval session at 6:30. Paul Hayward says, have a rest day, Clive, like you did in 2019. Amy is enjoying the interval session, so hopefully she'll be there tomorrow. It'd be great to see you there, Amy. Jeff is busy with work all day tomorrow. Right, I see. Right, Clive saying he doesn't think his legs can take the interval session tomorrow. Jeff Partridge says lightweight. Yeah, Paul Deering, Clive is resting tomorrow as he's having another crack at the Arc this weekend just to beat Stephen's best time. Yeah, he's going to have to go some to beat that. Now, I reckon, in all seriousness, I reckon Clive can take a couple of hours off what he did. But, you know, experience counts for a lot in that race. And if Clive can do 29.10 or 29.09 at his first go, I reckon with a bit more experience, I reckon he'll get a couple of hours off that. Clive, did you go wrong anywhere? Did you take any wrong turns? And how much time do you think you lost going wrong? Megan has finished. Well done, Megan. People coming to the end of the run now. We've got just under a kilometre, 800 metres to go. What was your best time, Jeff? Don't tell me it was 29 minutes and 10 seconds. 29 hours and 10 minutes. Sorry, 8 minutes. 29 hours and 8 minutes. At 4 minutes to go of our community run. 28:16. I haven't beaten that, Jeff. That's a great time. Really good. Yeah, you're faster than me by 15 minutes, 16 minutes there, buddy. Was that when the course was shortened one year by 20 miles? It wasn't. It was never shortened by 20 miles. It has been an entertaining and enlightening year. I've learned a lot about funds. And holes. And laxatives. Kevin, you can be sure I have no intention of touching anyone's funds. Oh, oh my goodness. Right. Now, Jeff Partridge is now saying, and my 100-mile personal best is 12 seconds quicker than yours. Paul Hayward says, "What that was that this century, Jeff?" Even I wouldn't be that cheeky. Oh, maybe I would. Nice one, Paul. It is true. Jeff Partridge has a faster arc of attrition time than me. Jeff Partridge also has a faster 100-mile personal best than me. Jeff, does this mean that you used to be a good runner? Oh, that's so low. No, honestly, I'm so sorry, Jeff. We shouldn't be taking the mick because I didn't run 55 miles this weekend, and it is gutting to DNF a race. So yeah, we shouldn't make fun because people can, when you've DNF'd a race, it can hit you hard a little bit. And mind you, Jeff's long enough in the tooth to bounce back pretty quick. But yeah, it's no fun DNFing a race when you've put a lot of effort into training for it and built it up. Right, here we go, up to the end. And that's our 10k done this evening. Sabrina says, awesome run, you guys. ZLDR coming to the end of their month of accumulator. Doing as many miles as they can this month. Amy says, thanks, Stephen. No worries. I guess it was good to get running again after 4 days. So that is it. We're done for today. We will be back tomorrow. We've got Film My Run 500. That's at 11:35 in the morning, 12:35 in the afternoon for you guys over in Europe. Very early in the morning if you're in the east coast of America, and if you're over on the west coast, you will still be in bed, fast asleep. Clive says, have a good evening. Sebastian, thanks, Stephen. Cheers all. Thanks everyone, says Tina. Guys, speak to you soon. We're back tomorrow. See you at 11:35 and then 6:35 for the Paris Marathon interval training sessions. Take care. Bye.